as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of the 1966 Texas Western team, here's a man that knows as much about them as anybody because he was a part of it. The only problem was he graduated about a year or two before this. Coach Nolan Richardson, great to see you, and I know you are so close with so many of these players. It's probably just as much fun for you to be back as it is for them.
Absolutely. You know, I haven't seen some of these guys in years. I mean, I got a chance to see Big O, we call him Little O, Orson Ars. I mean, it's like, God, where have you been all my life? You know, it's so wonderful to reunite with some of the guys. You know, I was a senior when Harry from Noy was a freshman, and back in those days, freshmen couldn't play on the varsity, but they worked out with us every single day. So I could basically knew when Bobby and Latin and all those guys came in, and Neville Shedd and Willie Cager. You know, I had just left the school and had started teaching and coaching at Bowie, but I opened up my gym every weekend, and those guys were in the gym. We played all the time.
Now, in Glory Road, they tell the story of how Bobby Joe met Tina, and in that movie it was in a cantina in Juarez, but Tina came on with us and said the true story was she was with you at Memorial, and that was the first time that Bobby Joe and Tina ever met.
That's the truth. I saw that, and it kind of upset me, because sometimes you can make movies, but Hollywood comes in instead of the real thing. But it wasn't so much that because I introduced him. Tina's an El Paso girl, Bobby's a Detroit boy. And Bobby was always, it was some reason we clicked and got along so well together. But Bobby was the kind of person that I described to everybody, that everybody thought he was their best friend. When you find guys like that, and people like that, that's a special gift. And so there's no question that I told Tina just a few minutes ago, I should have never introduced y'all. No, but yes, we had a lot of fun.
Now here's a dream matchup nobody's ever thought about, but if they took your 1964 Texas Western team with you as a senior and Jim Bad News Barnes as senior against the 66 national champs, and both teams played each other, with those two teams, who would come out on top?
Well, there's no question who'd win, because they didn't have anyone could match up with Bad News. Bad News was just bad news, you know. But they probably would say Latin would, but I don't think so. And I would have killed Neville Shedd. You know, I was about 4 inches shorter, but my heart was about 9 inches longer. So when I go from team to player, you know, I think the only one that we probably couldn't match would be Bobby Joe Hill, because he did so much that people really didn't realize of making the team his team, really. Running the team through Coach Haskins' eyes. He did that. And so, but it would be one hell of a game. But I think we'd win in the end.
It'd be a game for the ages, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, it's great to see you. Enjoy the weekend and soak us in like everybody else. And always great to have you back in El Paso.
It's nice to be back. Thanks a lot, Puppy. Thanks a lot.
The one, the only, Coach Nolan Richardson with us as we continue right here on our 600 ESPN El Paso YouTube channel.